We got a bit of a word problem here. Let's take a look at it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to write and solve this equation that describes this situation right here. So look what we have. 5 times a number, so we know we've got some number, 5 times that number, and that result is, 11 more than 4 times the number. Here's how we're going to start. We're going to start by introducing a variable, and we're going to say x. Like pick a variable x, and let x equal the number. That's what we're looking for. So let x equal the number. Now here's what I found. These problems usually, almost all the time, write just as they read. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read through this and write what I read. So here's what it says. 5 times a number. Now the number is x, so 5 times a number. 5 times a number, 5x. So we'll write 5x is, right, is, that's equals, here's what we have, 5 times a number is, now what does it say? 11 more than. Now look, when you see things that look like this, let's just take a break here, I'll do this down here. When you see expressions that look like this, more than something, less than something, or the word from, here's what happens. Right here, this thing right here, and right here, that's your starting point, right? You've got more than this. Start here, and then add something to it. Less than this. You have this, then you subtract something from it. And if you're going from this, you start here, and from here, you go someplace. So when you see more than, less than, from, whatever follows that, that's where you start. So let's apply that up here. This says you have 11 more than, okay, 11 more than, here's where we start, right afterwards, right? More than, whatever comes afterwards, that's where you start. So you have 11 more than, what? 4 times the number. All right, so 4 times the number. 4 times the number, right? More than 4 times the number. 4 times the number, but we've got 11 more than that. So we've got 11 more than this. So we're going to add 11. There's our equation. Now we've got the equation, let's go ahead and solve it. So we've got x's on both sides. I've got 5 of them on the left side, only 4 over here. So let's get all the x's on the left side because we have more on the left than the right. So let's subtract 4x. So the plan will be to subtract 4x. So we will get, I'm just going to do it now. I'm going to get 5x's minus 4x's. 5 of them minus 4 of them leaves 1 of them. So I'm going to get x equals 11. So apparently now that's not our answer. We're close. But here's the question. Solve this problem. And the problem is to find the number. Find this number. So the number is not x equals 11. The number is 11. Another word problem in number 24. Let's take a look at it. It says to write and solve an equation that describes this situation. So here's our situation. If, 6 times the number. So we're talking about a number, and we want to find out what that number is. Why don't we start right here? Let's just do this. Let's start here. Why don't we say let x equal the number? All right, now we know what we're talking about. So instead of writing the number, we can just write x. So it says this. If 6 times the number, 6 times the number, we can write that. That's 6x. So if 6 times the number is subtracted from 7 times the number, from, there's that word from. Now remember what we did down here. When you see the word from, whatever comes after from, that's where you start. So where do we start? It says from, we start with 7 times the number, and then from 7 times the number, we're going to subtract 6 times the number. So we're going to start here at 7x and subtract 6x. So what we're saying now is, you can see it, 6x is being subtracted from 7x. 6 times the number is being subtracted from 7 times the number, and the result is, that's an equal sign, negative 6. All right, so 7x minus 6x, that's just x, equals negative 6. Now, really, we're close, but the question is, what is the number? So the number is not x equals negative 6, but rather the number is negative 6. Number 25, we've got 3 times the number is 19 more than twice the number. Let's find that number. Okay, now, we're talking about a number, so we're going to start right here by letting x equal the number. So now I know what I'm talking about. I don't have to write the number anymore. I can just write x. X is the number that we're looking for. And here's what this says. 3 times the number is 19 more than, oh, there's that more than, right? So more than, remember down here now? More than, whatever comes after more than, less than, or from, that's your starting point. So we have more than, here's where we start. So what do we have? More than twice the number. That's where we start, twice the number. All right, so twice the number, we can write that as 2x, right? That's twice the number. And then we have 19 more than that. So here's twice the number, but we have 19 more than this. So we're going to add in a 19, and it says that 3 times the number is this. So this is all 3 times the number. Now, we could have just as easily written this as straight across, 3 times the number, 3 times the number is 19 more than twice the number. Okay, either way we could have gotten this. Now if I look at this, I got x's on both sides. On the left side I've got 3 of them, on the right side only 2. Let's get rid of these. Positive 2x, let's subtract 2x, so we'll get 3x minus 2x is just x equals 19. There we go. Our answer though is 19. You know what, let's see if this works. Let's check this. What if we take 3 times 19? We want to know, is that equal to 2 times 19 plus 19? Well, this is going to be, what do we get here? 57. This is equal to 38 plus 19. 57 equals 57. The whole thing checks, so I think we've got it. There is our answer. That number is 19.